Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Turning Pages. I'm Ryan.
And I'm Ocean.
And thank you so much for tuning back in. So today we are reviewing the book Eclipse, which is the third book in the Twilight series by Stephenie Meyer. If you don't know what this series is about a girl named Bella. She falls in love with a guy named Edward, but then she realizes that he's a vampire. And then basically goes from there. I mean, vampires are trying to hunt her down. What Eclipse is about is, she's in love with Jacob, who's a werewolf, but won't admit it. Werewolves and vampires are not friends. And Edward's trying to convince Bella to marry him because that's his one condition if he were to turn her into a vampire himself. And she really wants to be a vampire. And this book is about that, the love triangle. It's also about, there's this vampire named Victoria, who in the first book, we're introduced to. And the Cullens kill her mate, James, and that makes her very mad. So she's always on revenge. She always wanted to kill Bella since then. And, in this book, she's creating an army of newborn vampires who are really strong to kill Bella and the Cullens. And so the werewolves and the vampires team up so that they can save Bella. And that's basically it. And they win. But at the end of the book, Bella says to Jacob, I'm in love with Edward and I love you too, but it's going to be Edward. It's always going to be Edward. So they kind of have a bit of a breakup moment. And yeah, that's basically the book. What were your thoughts on the book? What did you think?
I thought Bella, I'm so tired of her. I'm so sick and tired of this girl. I think it is really funny that she is so sure that she wants to be a vampire, which is literally faking her death in front of her parents. That's insane. Or not in front of her parents, but her parents aren't gonna know where she's gonna basically disappear from their life. And then she's alive for eternity with this man that she's known for a year and a half. I think that's insane. But she doesn't want to get married. Marriage is too much, but it's not too much to become a vampire.
Which is crazy.
Yeah. And I think the fact that she romanticizes becoming a vampire so much really shows, her immaturity, not in a bad way, but, she's 18. She's very young. She is too young to really, and she's too human to, grasp the concept of eternity and, never being able to die and, literally being a dead body walking around. And I can't understand. I think she's so selfish for wanting to leave her parents, her literal parents, for this boy that she's known, this grown man. Sorry, I'm just so
I agree with everything you're saying.
This old man, old grown man, she wants to leave their lives forever for him. That's so, if I birthed a child, I went through 9 months of pain of pregnancy, and then I birthed a child, and my child abandoned me and made me think that she was dead for a man. Oh my God. I would be distraught.
It's wrong.
And poor Charlie. Charlie does not deserve that at all. They're just stressing Charlie out. This poor man, he's been through so much, and he's nothing but amazing. And I think Edward is a little bit better. I don't really know why, but he's just decided to chill out a little bit. He's much less angry. I do think the whole thing, I think he's still possessive, and he's still a little weird, and their relationship is still incredibly toxic and unhealthy. But yeah, that's what I think.
I agree with everything you said. I think Bella doesn't realize how long her human lives are. I think she's 18. She sees this one opportunity ahead of her that she thinks will be okay, and she decides to jump right on it. And yeah, it's good to take advantage of opportunities, but not ones that include faking your own death and making your loved ones believe that you're dead just for a man that you could end up not working out with, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So I just think she doesn't realize how young 18 is to make decisions. And that's when I kind of agree with Edward there, where he's like, I want you to take a few years to decide. She's pressuring him into, you know, making this deal with her where they have to get married before he turns her into a vampire. But like, I agree with him. Like, she's way too young to know what she wants. Her frontal lobe isn't even fully developed yet. She cannot think critically. And she's deciding to, you know, jump into this relationship head on. And that's good, but like, she shouldn't die to have to make that relationship feel official or feel, you know. I feel really bad for Jacob because, you know, he is in love with her, but they're also friends. And he'll lose his friend. And he's saying, like, I don't want you to die. I don't want you to change. And I understand where he's coming from, because you're losing a person that you love and care deeply about.
I also feel like she's so, like, disrespectful to the wolves and also the vampires, like, because all the vampires, like, they have incredibly traumatic backstories, every single one of them, and like none of them asked to be a vampire, and a lot of them like don't like it because I feel like it is torturous to never be able to sleep and to be awake for eternity. Like, oh my god, 100%. So she's disrespecting them by being like, I want to be a vampire, and like not listening to them. And then she's disrespecting the wolves because like the vampires are their ancient enemies and have like killed them so many times, and she's just like rubbing it in their faces that she's gonna become a vampire. And this whole situation was totally optional. Like, even if you're in love with someone, like you don't have to be with them. Like, relationships are at the end of the day optional, and she could leave Edward whenever she wants. And I think like their relationship, I feel like it's so funny how like the book portrays it as romance, but in reality it's like this really toxic, like unhealthy situation. Like, if you've known someone for less than a year and you're 17 and you're gonna try to kill yourself to get hallucinations of them after they've left you, that's crazy. And then the other one is gonna go to another country and try to kill himself, so you have to go all the way across the world to save him. That's not a normal relationship. That's not.
New Moon was something else entirely.
That's not romance. That's just not crazy. It's time to break up, you know?
I agree entirely. I think that, you know, like, if her and Edward break up, what is she gonna do? She's a vampire. What's she gonna do?
Also, like, the vampires don't seem very chill. Like, I wouldn't want to be a part of that group because, like, they all seem, other than Carlisle and Esme, they're my favorite, and Alice, but everyone else, I feel like, doesn't really have morals, and they're all just naturally very violent, and their only form of government is the Volturi, which definitely has no ethics or morals, and is just very violent.
And that's something we realize in this book, too, is that they don't. And I know you didn't read the novella, The Short Second Life of Bree Tanner. We aren't going to read it for the podcast. I just read it for fun. But in that, it kind of shows, like, the Volturi is a little bit backwards.
So I feel like that's just such a corrupt, like
government.
Like, why would you want to be a part of that?
So I mean, like, we find out that Jane and a bunch of other people of the Volturi, they know about what's going on with Victoria and the newborn vampires and how they're going to start a battle with someone, but they don't do anything about it. In the novella, they're like, okay, we'll give you 5 days to kill the Cullens, and if you can't, then we're going to kill you.
That's crazy.
Which is insane.
Oh my god.
And I think they hate the Cullens just because, like, they got away from them in New Moon, and they're having their Bella is considered like a pet, you know? Like, they think Bella's a pet. They don't know that Edward and her are, like, you know, more than that. But, like, I think they just don't like the Cullens because they aren't following, like, the stereotypical rules. Like, a human knows about them. But we do find out definitely that they're a bit backwards. I mean, they took so long to get into the situation. They didn't stop Victoria. They didn't stop the newborns. They didn't stop Riley or any of those things. I mean, like, you have, like, you're immortal. And if you do stay with the person the rest of your life and you're happy with them, then that's great. You'll get a lot more time with them. But what are you going to do with that extra time?
Literally.
Like, I don't think they realize, like, also because you can't sleep. So you're up for, like, 24 hours every day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like you can't fill up all that time, you know? And going back to kind of what you said before, like, a bunch of the Cullens were talking about their backstories to Bella. Rosalie's backstory in particular was traumatizing, and it is a punishment almost for them to still be alive as a vampire because they will never forget what happened to them, you know? Like Alice, she doesn't remember. My theory is because she was on so many drugs, because in institutions they give you a lot of drugs. But you know, Rosalie remembers, and she's going to be haunted by those memories for the rest of her eternal existence. And, you know, Bella just listens to that, and she's like, well, I don't care if you want me to be human or not, because I want to be a vampire, and I don't care that you told me this story.
I know, that was insane.
I was like, girl, that is so rude.
I know. Like, she just cares if people like, she's like, do you like me or do you not like me?
Literally.
Like, can you think of other people
I
and
know.
their feelings?
Something I liked about this book, though, she hangs out with her friend Angela a little bit, and they actually have a really good time.
Yeah.
And I like that a lot because she's actually hanging out with other people besides vampires and werewolves. And I think, you know, girl, get that balance. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're a human with these mythological creatures, and you need that human balance, or else you're going to feel a bit crazy after a while, you know? And I feel like Edward actually chilled out in this book. He did get a lot more mature, a lot more calmer. I don't know. It just came out of nowhere. I literally wrote it down. Page 190, the first time he was ever mature in this book series. I mean, you know, he still wasn't the best, of course. But Jacob, I feel like, got a lot worse in this book. In my opinion, I think he got very territorial. I think he got very abrasive almost. I think he's very, like, abrupt with what he says. Like, he doesn't keep anything to himself. He doesn't necessarily have a filter in my eyes. He just says what he wants to say. And that can be good, but that can also be a bit anxiety-inducing. Because he'd say, oh, Bella, I know you love me. I know you love me. And I know that was his tactic, but it made everyone else around him uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Including Bella. And he kisses her without her consent, which is absolutely disgusting. And at that moment, I stopped being Team Jacob, because anyone that does anything like that is disgusting.
Yeah.
And they should never be given another chance.
1,000%.
As a friend or romantically. Like, so, and Charlie cheered him on in the book. He was like, congratulations, Jacob. You are a police officer, and this is your daughter.
Ew. That's insane.
It was disgusting. I hated that part. And Bella was 100% right to punch him in the face. I'm really sad it didn't work in her favor. I'm sad it sprained or broke her hand. I'm really sad that it didn't create damage, because Jacob deserved it.
Yeah.
I personally feel like, you know, he can say he's sorry all he wants, but actions speak louder than words, Jacob.
Yeah.
I'm Team Edward in this book. For that reason, is number one. Because anyone who does anything like that, get out.
Absolutely.
But also because Edward, in my opinion, I saw like multiple different times where he matured. One of them was whenever he recognized that he should let Bella hang out with Jacob and the werewolves because she wants to spend time with them, and he apologizes and he says, like, I won't say anything from now on. Like, I trust you and I trust that you're safe with them. That was a sign of maturity, 100%. And also whenever Bella makes out with Jacob, full on makes out with him. And Edward's like, it's okay, like, he healed you whenever I left you, and you were bound to fall in love with him and love him, and, you know, I'm not mad at you for kissing him, and if you decide to choose him and be with him, that's okay, and I'll find a way to live with it, and I won't bother you. That was so mature. So I became Team Edward in this book.
I am Team Alice.
That's fair.
I'm not Team Edward. I can't be Team Edward. He annoys me. I can't be Team Jacob anymore because what the hell? So I'm Team Alice. And I think Alice would be perfect. Actually, no, I think Bella needs to leave them alone.
Fair.
I'm Team Bella. Go
Be single.
Yeah, go be single for a while and go to university first before you
Go to Florida and hang out with your mom.
Yeah, go travel, like go have a human experience and forget vampires and go find someone else. Yeah. And I'm Team Alice.
So there's essentially a breakup scene between Bella and Jacob. Jacob gets hurt in the battle. Half of his body is like really hurt. A lot of his bones are broken. And Bella goes into the room. It's like, you know what? You're already hurting physically. Why didn't I hurt you emotionally? She essentially breaks up with him and tells him that, you know, it was always Edward. I love you too, but my love for you isn't going to do anything. And I would love to have a life with you and I'd love to do everything with you, but I can't because I love Edward more and I'm committed to him and I've chosen my life.
Damn.
And Jacob's like, well, I'll still be on the sidelines even after your heart stops beating. Like, I'll still be here for you in case you ever want, which I feel bad for him a little bit because it's like, dude, like, she's never going to change her mind, first of all. Second of all, just move on.
Yeah.
But anyway, that happens. And I actually thought that was kind of sad. I thought that scene was written really well. I thought this book was written really well in general, and I like that this book was really long, and I like that because we're getting to the nitty-gritty of it all. We're getting all the details, we're getting all the lore, we're getting all the backstories. We're figuring out why people are acting the way they are. And I like that. It's like more missing pieces have been added to the puzzle, and I really liked that about this book. That being said, it was not my favorite book of the series. But yeah, but I thought the last chapter in particular was interesting, like the epilogue, because it was in Jacob's point of view. And it talks like a lot about heartache and stuff like that. And I feel like that's really interesting because we've only had Bella's point of view. And I love multi-POV books because I love hearing other people's sides to the story and things like that. And I thought his POV was really well done. But overall, I rated this book like a 3.5 out of 5 stars. I thought it was really well done. I thought it was really good. I like that we're getting to the details, but there were also a lot of things that frustrated me with this book.
I would rate it like a 2.5 or like a 3 out of 5 because like it is like addicting and easy to read, but I just feel like no emotional attachment to the book. Like I just don't really like any of the characters, and I feel like the character writing and the character development isn't great, and I feel like there's not a lot of like action in this book. Not a whole lot happens.
There is sort of towards the end because there's that vampire battle.
Oh right.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's just a lot of like talking, and I'm not interested in the love triangle thing. I don't care. I hate all of them. So yeah. But it's a good book.
Yeah.
I couldn't write Twilight, so I can't criticize it too much. Yesterday I found out Schmidt from New Girl was a Republican, and the next day I found out Jasper is a Confederate soldier, and now my world has been broken and shattered.
It's like two bad things back to back.
Literally. What the heck?
Sucks. And to the listeners, I personally think that the novella, The Short Second Life of Bree Tanner, is actually worth the read. It's 178 pages, so it's not very long. It's a novella you're supposed to read after Eclipse. I personally really enjoyed it. I rated it like a 3.75 out of 5 stars. I really liked the glimpse into what other vampire covens were like, and it really adds more to the story since Bree was such a small character of the Eclipse book. I thought it was really interesting to learn more about. So if you guys want a little fun extra read, I'd highly recommend that. Okay, well, thank you guys so much for listening to the episode. We hope you enjoyed. If you did and you're on YouTube, please like and subscribe. And if you're on Spotify, please leave us a rating and a follow. Thank you guys so much for listening, and we hope you have an amazing day, night, evening, whenever you're listening to this. Bye!